Hey, I'm Britt.
And I have pretty long hair.
I've been growing my hair out for 6 years, plus I've been maintaining at tailbone length for about a year now. And this is Hans.
Hans also has pretty long hair.
So the reason Hans is joining me today is to demonstrate how you can do a man bun at different lengths of your hair journey. I want to start first with a little disclaimer, which is that it takes a lot of hair to be able to do a respectable bun. A lot of my female growers from Pixie Cuts understand this, and I encourage you guys to chime in the comments, but it really takes about 2 to 3 years to get enough hair growing out from a really short cut to be able to bun it. So I am going to give you guys some other strategies for those of you who would like to do a man bun, but maybe you can't really do a secure one with your current length. So with all that being said, please feel free to click into the description and click on the timestamp that best describes your length of hair, or if you'd like to join me for the whole video, that's great too. Hans here has mid back length hair. This length takes a while to get to, a few years at least, and this is the perfect length for buns. Once you hit this length and beyond, the world is your oyster as far as buns are concerned. You have many options. Today I'm going to show you my favorite bun, and the reason it's my favorite is because it's probably the easiest bun I know how to do, and it's also one of the most secure. So the first thing you want to do is gather all your hair like a ponytail. You can choose to leave it messy up top like this, or brush it in for a sleeker look. A lot of the man buns that I've seen like on the internet and stuff have the more messy look going on, where they're just pulled together like this and there's more texture up here. So you can do whatever you prefer. Then you want to start twisting the hair. This is how a lot of people begin their buns. And you want to twist it into a donut shape like this. Now this is where a lot of people get off from what I would recommend. They start to keep twisting and they twist it out, so there'll be like a second donut layer on top of the first layer. Do you see that? And when it goes out from the head and it's not against the head, you're not going to be able to have that structural integrity of the bun. So instead of doing two donuts stacked on top of each other, after that first donut, use one hand to press that first donut down and wrap the rest around it like a cinnamon bun. So Hans doesn't have a ton left over after that first wrap, so then you got this little end, and you want to tuck your ends way under and around like this. And this is what you're left with. You can make it as messy or as neat as you would like. And the way I like to secure it for basically an all-day style is to use these medium-sized clips, and I'll do one on each side. Grab your scalp hair, grab some of the hair from the bun, and secure it like so. This bun will stay literally all day with these two clips. If you're not comfortable wearing the clips though, I wanted to give you another option. So I'm going to show you spin pins. These are helix shaped pins. You can buy them at any drugstore. And you're gonna need a lot more pins than you will these clips to secure it. So I have 5, I think. You might need even 6. But what you wanna do is take the pin and with the open end, point it towards your head, right at the outside perimeter of your bun, and then start screwing it in like so. Once you touch your scalp, start angling it towards the inside of your bun, screwing it in the entire way, and keep it pressed against the scalp as much as possible the entire time. Then you just go around the perimeter of your bun this way. And you can do as neat or as messy a bun as you like. The spin pins have a higher learning curve, so don't expect to get it right the first time. These clips are much easier, but I understand not everyone's going to want to wear these. All right, Hans has just received what I can only describe as one of the worst haircuts of all time from yours truly, and now his hair is sitting at about shoulder length. You can definitely still manage a bun at this length, it's just gonna be a little trickier. And what I recommend to secure it are mini spin pins. Any products that I mention here, I'm going to link Amazon versions of them, and these I bought from Amazon. I don't recommend making a bun on like if you consider your head like a square, think of it like a square on this point right here, because it is not very good structurally and it'll give you a headache. So I don't recommend like right there. I would recommend either a low bun or very high on the top of your head. In this case, I'm gonna go for low because that's just my preference. So I'm just gonna gather all of the hair and start twisting. This is further complicated by the fact that Hans has really thick hair. So I start making a donut shape, and you can see that basically only one loop is all you can do. So I'm gonna attempt to tuck the ends under the original shape with small degree of success, like this. And then I want to grab one of my spin pins, the mini ones, and I want to press it into the edge of the bun at a right angle, and then screw it in all the way. And you need to use your other hand to hold the bun down. Once I feel the scalp, then I start angling the pin towards the inside of the bun, but I'm keeping it scraping across the scalp for the entire time. And you'll notice that the first place I put the pin is where some ends were sticking out. You can use these pins strategically to stick down ends that are otherwise popping out. So again, I'm taking another pin, pressing it at a right angle and screwing it into the outside edge of the bun. As I feel scalp, I then angle it ever so slightly towards the inside of the bun and keep screwing it and keep scraping against all that scalp hair. The idea with these pins is to grab hair from the scalp at different places, so then you have several anchor points for your bun. So I'm just working my way around the perimeter of the bun doing this, and I started with the side of the bun that seemed a little less secure where the ends were popping out and such. And that's it. That is your bun at shoulder length or beyond. Again, if there's any, like, here's a little hair that's sticking out. So if I want to pin that back in, I can twist it up so all these hairs are in one lock, and then I will stick it down and I will place it between the two tines of this spin pin and then press it into the scalp like this. And then that hair is gone. Alternatively, I've seen a lot of people on Pinterest and such do messy man buns. If you want to make it more messy, just tug on some of these hairs and pull some of this out. Purposefully distress it. Especially if your hair is short, it doesn't matter if some of the pieces are sticking out like that. All right, Hans is looking a little worse for wear, and I'm definitely not quitting my day job to become a hairdresser, but I wanted to show you something that I commonly see with guys growing out their hair, and anyone who's growing it out from a really, really short length, which is that it doesn't grow out all one length like a bob. It grows out, of course, this hair on the top of your head grows 2 inches, and now it's here, and this hair at the nape of your neck grows 2 inches, and now it's already down to your neck. So I see this effect where it's like a slope angle rather than having all the hair at one length. So I wanted to show you guys how I would address that. Firstly, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You're never gonna get a secure bun at this length. It's just not possible. I'm not saying that you can't do it. I'm not saying that people don't do it. And I don't think it looks bad. It's just not going to hold, which is something that's really important to me. And I personally wouldn't do it for that reason. So what I'm going to suggest instead is a low ponytail. Now I've noticed that a lot of long haired guys are now doing higher ponies, like up here somewhere. I always have a soft spot for the low pony because of Wesley from The Princess Bride, if you've ever seen that. So I always think this is a respectable style for a guy, especially if you have that hair that's transitioning from short to long. So you want to gather as much of your hair as you can at the very base of your neck, and don't worry if little pieces stick out from the bottom. You'll find that that's always the case, no matter how long your hair gets. You'll always have short pieces right at the nape of your neck, so don't fret over that. And what you want to do is get a very small hair elastic. Don't use a full-size thick hair elastic for this because you don't have much hair, and it'll slide off, and secondly, it just doesn't look right. So use a smaller hair elastic if you can. And there's your low pony, and I think it looks great. Now, the only thing that I will say is that using one of these fabric-y hair elastics, over the course of the day, it'll start to slide around, especially if you do any activity, and eventually it might slide off. So in order to avoid that inconvenience, I suggest you look for these clear rubber band type hair elastics. They're incredibly small, and these are sold in the kids hairstyle section. So these are for little kids' hair that don't have much hair. The rubber band type of texture with this hair elastic will help to hold longer, so it'll hold longer than the fabricy texture. Another great thing about the clear rubber band is that it's very minimalistic, and so I think it's more masculine. It's not gonna detract from your hair. It's kind of just gonna look like it's suspended there on its own. So then I also want to address these flyaways that are gonna happen in front of your face. Now, the whole appeal of doing a man bun, I think, is to get the hair out of your face in addition to trying a new style. So you wanna do something about these. What I recommend is getting one of these metal hair bands. They have a wavy sort of pattern to them. And truth in advertising, I did not come up with this idea. I've seen other long-haired guys on YouTube use these, and I think it looks good, so that's why I'm suggesting it to you. So it's just like a normal headband where it's gonna rest behind your ears, and then it's gonna push back those extra hairs and just get them out of your face. And I think the texturing of the hair adds kind of a neat element to it. You can also just use a black elastic band. Those are sold at drugstores if you don't like this whole textured thing. I think it looks pretty sporty. I think with a t-shirt and some sweatpants, this would be quite a look. Okay, so that is all from Hans and I. I had a lot of fun making this video, and I completely ruined Hans's hair for life. So again, I am not gonna become a hairstylist anytime soon. If I missed anything, which is very possible, I'm not a man, of course, at the end of the day, then please write a comment addressing it below respectfully. And if it's important enough, I will move it up to the description so other people can see it. If you have any more questions or you'd like to see any other topics, just let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.